This is gonna be great. Okay, here we go. Illuminate! Wow! Oh my good, I'm beautiful! Hi everybody, welcome to another Evening with Sips. Tonight, we're taking a look at Long Live the Queen. Now, I know what you're thinking. We're sitting here, we're at a menu screen for a game that features a 14-year-old anime girl. This probably doesn't bode well. Try to ignore the art style and everything of this game, because underneath the hood, it's actually very good. It's a very interesting and quite challenging game at times as well. It's also a lot of fun. Long Live the Queen. As you can hear in the background, there's the beautiful British national anthem playing, which you gotta have a lot of respect for. I mean, nowadays, especially it's 2014, I mean, they could have just put some really great dubstep music in the background of the intro screen for this game, but instead they opted for something a little bit more traditional. And my hat goes off to them. I mean, dubstep you can't get away from anymore. Everywhere you go, you just hear dubstep. Every time I walk outside, I just hear some random dubstep coming from somewhere. And it's probably not going to be long before actually the British National Anthem gets remastered into a dubstep version, which is then made official. Because it's almost the future. We'll be living in Blade Runner Super Mega Towers. We'll not have any live animals that we can befriend anymore because they'll all be dead. There'll be robots instead, or like cyborg animals. And of course, we'll be listening to our national anthem in dubstep because everybody's going to be too impatient to listen to classical music at that point. They're going to want something that gets the heart rate pumping, and they're going to be wanting to pump all the goddamn time. So there we go. I apologize as well if I sound a little bit nasal or more nasal and annoying than I normally do. It's because I've had a bit of a cold. I'm getting through it though. I'm at the end of my cold. I'm just coming out the back end of it, but I'm still very congested. It's been a bad one. Actually, it's probably been one of the worst ones I've had. So if I'd sound a little bit croaky and sick, it's because I had a cold, but I'm feeling a lot better, and I don't actually really have a cold anymore. I feel fine. I'm just a bit croaky. So here we go. Long Live the Queen. A really long intro. I'm sorry about that. We're gonna jump into this game and see what it's all about. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure story. I don't know if you remember those from when you were small, or maybe you still read them now. I don't even know if they still make them. I mean, the last time I saw one was in like 1986 or something. So my knowledge of choose-your-own-adventure books is very limited to that era. But this game plays like one of those. You make decisions, the story branches off based on your decisions. Sometimes you can't make decisions as well. It depends on what your skill is. There's a lot of skill checks in this, and you have to level up certain skills as you go. But we'll get into all that once I start the game. You have 40 weeks to survive and become the queen. You're a 14-year-old princess whose mother has just died, and you need to survive up until your coronation, build up your skills so that you can become a really good queen. There's all sorts of lessons you need to take. You need to find out about history, economics. You need to find out how to be a good queen and how not to wear your disco boots to the royal gala and stuff like that. I mean, this whole outfit that the princess is wearing right now is probably not appropriate for a queen to be wearing, especially if it was to some sort of official function or whatever. I don't know about you guys, but if I lived in a kingdom where the queen turned up looking like this, I'd partly be pretty happy, but at the same time maybe a bit disappointed, because I like my politicians to be as grey as possible, and that's why I like John Major so much. I'm lying. I did not like John Major. I'm completely ambivalent towards John Major. I have no opinion either way. Right. Long live the Queen. Fucking here we go. So here's our big ass castle. Here's our dad, the king. We're almost home. Your room is just the way you left it. Aw. He's the Duke of Caloris. Not to be confused with calories. He is not the Duke of Calories. It's Caloris, okay? Elodie, Crown Princess. That's us. We're a 14-year-old girl. Now, if you've ever wanted to be a 14-year-old girl, or indeed roleplay a 14-year-old anime girl in a video game, now's your fucking chance. I mean, fill your goddamn boots. You get outfits, there's a wardrobe and everything. Those outfits give you bonuses to certain skills and stuff. I mean, I personally think that is all garbage because I'm a grown-ass man. I couldn't care less what a 14-year-old girl is wearing, but at the same time, it's pretty fucking exciting stuff. If you have a collection of anime pillows and you like all this kind of stuff, wow, you're in for a real treat. Here we go. I know it's hard to leave your school and all your friends, but I've arranged the best possible tutors for every subject. I'll try to voice act some of this. Why not, right? Voice acting with a cold? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? You'll have to work hard this year to prepare yourself before your 15th birthday. But I know you can do it. See, I'm just using my normal voice for the king. I'm pretty much a king already in real life. I'm not, technically. But let's just pretend I am anyway. You'll learn quickly and you'll make a wonderful queen. It's what your mother would have wanted. So, this is the story. Elodie's mother has just died. She used some magic or something and it killed her or consumed her. I've never seen like Harry Potter or any of those magic movies or whatever. I don't know if that's even a thing. I mean, I played enough Final Fantasy to know that you could cast a really powerful magical spell and it can kill you. But you would only really do that if you were in a really desperate situation. You were an old man and you were just like about to die anyway. So you're like, well, I might as well just summon a fucking earth-shattering meteor, kill myself and everybody else, because who cares? But I wouldn't have expected Elodie's mum to do that in this case. Okay, so here we go. Welcome to Long Live the Queen. This is your first time playing. You should read this brief introduction to how the game works. We don't need all this. I'll tell you guys how this works. I mean, I'm a certified professional at this game now. I played this before, no problem. Alright, so we can see what week we're on. We're on week 1 of 40. Need to get to week 40. You need to survive up until week 40. And trust me, this game will throw everything it can at you to deny you that. I've never made it to week 40. And I played it quite a few times now. Average game takes about maybe just over an hour if you blast through all the dialogue and stuff. The story, you see most of the parts of the stories after you've played through it about sort of 5-6 times potentially, maybe more. You know, maybe there's some bits further on that you'll miss or whatever, but certainly at the start when you have no skills and you just miss all of the skill checks to begin with, you can just blast through those. So I'd say you probably die or get through it within maybe an hour, maybe a bit more, which is kind of cool actually. So that's how weeks work. It's turn-based, so every time you finish a turn, you advance a week. So, and then things happen in between. So you've got these skills here. You need to go to school every single week. You need a morning class and an afternoon class, which we'll see in a minute, to advance these skills. So you can potentially advance 2 skills by about 10 points, maybe more. So at every interval of 10, you gain some sort of new knowledge or some, you get some sort of benefit or whatever towards these skill checks that'll pop up later on in the game. So we've got social, physical, intellectual, and mystical. So of course, if you want to, you can become like a priestess. This lumen stuff we'll cover later on. It's the magic that your mother used that she managed to kill herself with somehow. You've got all these subcategories like military, economics, medicine, intrigue, history, royal demeanor, composure, elegance, presidents, decoration. You might want to learn how to decorate your own ball gown and stuff like that to really wow all of the commoners and the nobles of your kingdom. Elodie is currently depressed. There's a couple of factors governing the fact why she might be depressed, but we can lift her out of her depression and she can take on a different mood. There's all sorts of different moods in this. She's a 14-year-old girl. It's like an emotional roller coaster each and every goddamn day for her. So we'll try to help her out. We'll try to help her become the queen she was destined to be. So skills, you can see here, you've got these modifiers. These modifiers here tell you, based on your current mood, whether you're going to be penalized or whether you'll get a bonus for training any of these skills. So as we're currently depressed, it's probably not such a good idea to try to train in composure, elegance, presence, and it's certainly not a good idea to try to train in public speaking, court manners, and flattery. But of course, if you are feeling depressed in this game, animal handling is probably something that will benefit you, because you can talk to the horses or the dogs. Or a falcon. You can have your own falcon and you can talk to it. You can call him Falco. You can say, Falco, I don't have any friends. I need somebody to talk to. And he would just always answer with Paka. he would just say Paka, and that's all you need sometimes. You just need Falco to turn around and say Paka to make you feel better, which is great. Okay, so we can see here we've got our moods, and like I said, there are a lot of different moods you can have. These hearts on the gauge sort of dictate what your current mood is going to be. So whichever one of these is overwhelmingly more sort of popular, I guess, than the other ones. As we can see, depressed is right down here. We're really close to being maxed out on depression at the moment. Poor Elodie. So her current mood is depressed. Now, if we were to say get depression up to this point, just underneath this like sort of baby blue ribbon, it's very exquisite, very princess-like. Our overwhelming mood would be afraid, and of course that would also reflect in Elodie's facial expression. So currently she's depressed. Look, she's got these big sort of sad anime eyes, the sort of typical pink anime hair that's all like curled around and impossible to replicate in real life. Trust me, I've tried. I mean, I don't even have hair anymore because I've put it through such grueling torment in the past trying to look like a 14-year-old anime girl. Currently, we only have our boarding school uniform. We were cruelly removed from boarding school and brought back to the palace because our mother died, so that we can become a queen. As you unlock skills, I think when you get to 25 in each skill group, so like royal demeanor, say we got 25 in composure, elegance, and presence, we'd get a new outfit that would give us some sort of boost to royal demeanor in general. And that sort of almost says to you in this game that maybe it's a good idea to concentrate on one or two areas that you know you can get lots of skill points in, and that'll take you through the game. Some are less important than others, but there's generally going to be skill checks for almost everything in here along the way. And you can't just pass all of them. The game is sort of designed so that you are going to fail some of them and the story is going to change accordingly. But then again, if you've put a lot of skills into, say, history, and you pass all of the Novan history checks, you'll be able to unlock different options when dealing with those kind of situations, and the story will change according to that as well, which is kind of cool, right? I mean, like I was saying, there's a lot to this game. It's fairly simple, but there's a lot to it underneath the whole sort of 14-year-old girl anime and the weird graphics and the funny piano music playing in the background or whatever. And fucking dubstep. You should get some dubstep up in this. So that was outfits and, of course, classes. So you have all these categories. They correspond with the skills. So, like, say we wanted to say, take a look at our skills and see what we could benefit from training in week 1. Based on the fact that our current mood is depressed. Expression might be a good one, so decoration, instrument, and voice. Animal handling. Animal handling, my experience, is not something that you need a lot of going forward. Certainly this stuff, royal demeanor, conversation, and expression, you end up needing a lot of, especially in the early stages, because as the weeks roll on, you get to like these sort of like milestones. Like week 20, for instance, is the end of the fiscal year in the kingdom, and if your accounting and trade skills aren't up to scratch, you're asked to make some sort of change to the tax system. Just as a heads up. That seems to always happen at week 20. I don't know if it ever randomizes or whatever based on what sort of path you take. But at week 20, you probably see you'll get some sort of thing saying, oh, you know, we've got money in the treasury, but what should we do with the taxes? Do you want to raise them, lower them, or keep them as they are? And if you don't have skills in accounting, you have no idea. You don't get any extra options or whatever. You're just picking blind and hoping for the best. And you'll probably find in this game that when you are sort of picking blind and hoping for the best, those actions will have consequences further along the line. Like you'll piss somebody off, but you won't realize it, and then they'll come up to your royal carriage and stab you in the back or maybe in the face. And various things like that. There's all sorts of different ways to die in this game, and you end up having to restart, trying different things out each time, and that's the fun of it. Fucking great. You gotta love a game like that. Alright, so we have all of these different skills. On week 1, we'll go for like a double expression. Let us go for decoration and voice. For our classes. So our morning class will go to decoration. So as I said, expression, you just go in here and then you get these class options. So I'll pick decoration and I will take voice. Decoration, drawing, painting, arranging flowers, and dressing well. Fantastic. We're going to learn how to dress well. And, of course, voice, the skill of singing beautifully. Great. All right, so we'll go to done. We'll end week 1, and we'll see what happens. Here we go. Week 1 morning. See what I mean? We got a little bit of a bonus. Normally, without any modifiers, you get about 10 points. If with a minus modifier, so like a penalty, depending on what mood you're in, you'll get far less than 10 points. And with a bonus, you can get anywhere between 10 and like 20 points, depending on what the modifier is. Sometimes they go up to like 2, sometimes even higher, depending if you've got the outfit that corresponds with that and gives you the bonuses and stuff. It's pretty cool. So week 1 morning, we've learned how to discuss the nature of beauty, looking around at landscapes, objects, and people, and comparing their aesthetic elements. Wow. And the week 1 afternoon class, of course, was voice. So we've practiced deep breathing exercises to build up our ability to sustain a note. Fantastic. Week 1 done. And at the end of every week, you get something like this, some little storyline or whatever. Maybe somebody new that you meet that you can talk to later on and whatever. What's all that noise outside? Who's here? This is Elodie speaking in my man voice. Oh, it's my cousins and my aunt and uncle. Wow, there we go. Look, it's Lucille, the Countess of Nyx. Darling, we were so terribly sorry to hear about your mother, Fidelia. What a name, Fidelia. Thank you. Laurent, Duke of Merva, you look well, niece. Look at this guy's goatee. Holy shit, these guys are so anime. I mean, this is the epitome of an anime character for me. Charlotte, Lady Merva. Hi, Lottie. And of course, Elodie, Crown Princess, responds, Hi, Lottie. Lottie being a short form for Charlotte, and Lottie being a short form for Elodie. You gotta keep up. You do have to keep up. I haven't seen you in ages. Will you be staying long? Yup. Mummy said we'd be here all month. Wow. Which brings us to the next part of finishing a week, which is this. You get to pick some sort of activity which will alter your mood. So, if we were to visit the dungeons, for instance, we'd have no effect. However, if we went to attend a service, we would get -1 depression, which is great. I mean, if you look at the mood now, that would bring depression in line with afraid, and because afraid appears before depression, our current mood would be afraid, which would give us different modifiers to the skills that we want to learn. So it's important to juggle these around every once in a while. Sometimes you'll want to be cheerful, sometimes you'll want to be angry, sometimes you'll want to be willful, pressured, yielding, lonely. They all give you different bonuses for the different things that you're trying to do. So we went for expression. We've got some points in dancing and voice. No, not dancing. Decoration, sorry, and voice. If we were to change depression to go up 1 and become afraid, we'd get modifiers in other areas that we could then use to boost up skills, see which way we want to go. So that's fine. You have all these different options. And of course, you can also talk to characters that have just been introduced. For example, we could just go visit Charlotte, Lady Merva. There's question marks under there because there's no way of telling how that's going to affect your mood. Charlotte might turn around and be like, bitch, you look fat in that dress, and you might get like +10 depression. Or on the other hand, she might go in and be like, Lottie, I love you. I've been thinking about you a lot. And you might be cheerful after hearing that. So you never know. It just depends on where you're at in the story and what's going on and stuff like that. But generally, I find that if somebody's visited you at your castle, and is staying with you, it's generally a good idea to go talk to them because you get different story elements and, you know, different things that you can potentially do and stuff like that. You get plenty of time later to, for instance, explore the castle, attend court, visit a tomb, walk in the gardens all by your goddamn self, play with your toys all by your goddamn self, and also sneak out of the tower and get killed by bandits because they've noticed you sneaking out of your castle and want to kill you. So there we go. We're going to go visit Charlotte, Lady Merva. Charlotte, how you doing? I love this room! It's so much bigger than mine back home. Well, I am going to be the queen and my castle's the biggest, so there you go, Charlotte. You should visit more often. It's awful that the only time I get to see you is something like this. God, she's so sad. I believe if you do some training in reflexes, you open up a new recreational activity that you can do at the end of a week for sports, which makes you angry, apparently. So playing tennis in this game makes you angry, and probably in real life too. I don't know if you've ever played tennis in real life, and of course if you're a professional tennis player and this offends you in some way, I'm very sorry. but tennis makes me fucking angry because I suck so bad at it. I mean, I hit the ball and it goes in the net every time. I watch Wimbledon. They make it look so easy. I think, oh yeah, I'm going to go to the tennis court and I'm going to school everybody with my cool slams and aces and stuff like that. Never fucking works out. Always in the net, always a lot of frustration, and it ends up with me screaming at somebody and losing a friend, and it's just not the best. So in my humble opinion, this game has modeled tennis perfectly, because that's what happens. You become very angry. Alright, so let's go for Elodie, Crown Princess. What's that commotion outside? Father, what's going on? Juliana, Duchess of Ursul, has come to pay her respects in honor of our mother. Juliana, look at her sinister blue hair and green eyes. Also pearl necklace, fantastic. Jocelyn, the King Dowager Duke of Calories. You have no respect or honor. It's because of you and your powers that my wife is dead. This is what I was saying before. She died because of some sort of reversal of magic. She accidentally did a lightning blast into her own face. What? I am Lumen. I am a Lumen, as was she, and like every Lumen, I am willing to give my life if necessary to protect our domain. Okay? Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter. Jesus. That is for the Crown Princess to decide. So, here we go. Elodie, your mother trusted me and I have much to teach you. Great, okay? I now have an option. I can send her away. I can just say, listen, whatever your name is, I can't even remember now. Get the hell out of here. We can arrest her and probably prod her for information later on. Or we can just let her stay. I mean, it's my mother's sister. And she's some sort of wielder magic like my mother was. So might as well let her stay, right? Yeah? No? Elodie, Crown Princess, I want to hear what she has to say. Great. She stays. Ah, look at that. We got a bonus to being willful. She's staying. And the king can just stand by. All he can do is stand by and say, oh, fine, whatever you want. This is going to be fantastic. Charlotte, he loves me. He loves me not. Charlotte, of course, is doing that thing with the flowers where she's thinking about her boyfriend. And, of course, Elodie is now asking her if she has a boyfriend. And Charlotte says, no, not really. I just like to play with the flowers. Let's go speak to our father and find out about this crystal. Dad, what happened to Mum's Lumen crystal? It's in a safe place. Can I have it? No. But it's mine! My lady, couriers have arrived from the Duke of Sedna. Great. We have a Duke of Sedna? Our foreign intelligence and foreign affairs skills were not high enough to give us any sort of visibility over that situation. So, of course, we're just in the dark. We don't know who the Duke of Sedna is or what he's about. No, my lady. The Duchy of Sedna is in Talassi. Talassi. Is it going to go above 25? Yes. You take deep breaths and practice speaking loudly and clearly, projecting your voice to every corner of a room. Great. And in the afternoon, of course, we're learning more flattery. You learn that it's always better to compliment people for their personality and their choices than their physical attributes. Fantastic. And, of course, we've unlocked a new outfit. Now, I mentioned this earlier. Now, look at this. Fucking Elodie is feeling willful. Look at her facial expression has changed from one of being in just abject fear all the time to feeling a little bit full of herself. She's ready. She's ready to take on the world, which is nice. Current mood, willful. Great. Let's check out our new outfits. I don't know much about the outfits because that's not a part of the game that I'm overly interested in. Being a grown-ass man, I don't really care much about the outfits that are available to my 14-year-old anime girl. Having said that, there's some fantastic outfits in this game. You can have a scholarly historian outfit. You can also get like a tuxedo, like a female tuxedo with a top hat and like a monocle and stuff. You can get this really elegant ball gown. It is just so fantastic. Also, you can get a really, really exquisite, it's so cute, this little tea dress. She wears this little tea dress and it's really great. If you decided to go down the faith road, you could also get like some priestess robes. Kablam! Look at that! We're ready for tea. Look at that little tea dress. Also with a hat, a floral hat. And we're ready to go. We're feeling willful. We're going to be really willful at a tea party. That's right. Maybe. Possibly not. What bonuses do we get from feeling willful? Bonuses to intrigue, internal affairs, foreign intelligence, and ciphering. Very good. Conversation gets a bit of a bonus because we're wearing the outfit that corresponds to conversation, the tea dress. So as long as we're wearing that, we'll get some sort of little bonus, but also it'll just increase our skills overall, which is very useful for skill checks later on in the game as they become more, as they become higher. You can max any skill up to 100, but it's unlikely that you'll get to the end of week 40 and have everything at 100, or even a quarter of the things at 100. There's a couple of key skills that you'll go for that you'll get to 100. The other ones you'll just wing it and hopefully get through and not get murdered along the way. We're back to feeling afraid because of those 2 points in yielding, which has brought our willfulness right down. So now we're afraid and we're crapping our tea dress, which is not the best, actually, because as you can see, that there's not really much to that tea dress. I mean, if she was wearing some really big baggy jeans and she crapped her pants, she might be able to hide it. There's no hiding a crap in your pants with that tea dress on, I'm sorry. Here we go. Fucking Banyan. Look at this smug bastard. He's the Duke of Mari, Earl of Serenitatis. Your Highness, my sympathies for your loss. Even after all these years, I sometimes forget that my own mother will never be coming back. God damn it. Thank you. However, I must call for your aid. The Ixionite occupation of the county of Imbrium has gone on for too long. Now is the time to push back. See, at this point in the game, it would have been very useful to have some history skills, because I don't fucking know what any of this means. I don't know who the Ixionites are, or where Imbrium is, so you're sort of counting on Elodie to have some skills and know this stuff. And of course, her foreign affairs knowledge is non-existent, so it's failed. I know there's been some problems with Ixion, but I don't know the details. Well, that makes two of us. I wish to build a hospital where any citizen afflicted with disease can be brought for treatment. Putting all the sick people together, battlefield medicine fit. Battlefield medicine. Who fucking trains battlefield medicine? Maybe I should have done that. After the blessings are read, you hold up your hands and call for silence so that you can speak, okay? Our public speaking has failed. Unfortunately, all the words you had planned go out of your head when you're faced with the moment. You manage a few polite sayings about the meaning of the holidays and thank everyone for attending, then turn away, your cheeks red. God damn it. I didn't realize they could see my cheeks through my toga and that they were so red. I'll have to plan a better outfit next time. You're moving with such enthusiasm that you don't realize your father isn't alone until it's too late to avoid him and his companion. Oh, hi, Siren, Countess of Miranda and Callisto. You are too kind, Jocelyn. What a fucking bitch. Countess Siren, not a member of your circles. She's a bit more than a decade your senior, so she's an old bitch. Far too old to have ever been your friend, and yet not at all old as noble women go. She has 2 minor titles, no husband, and your father's arm in her grasp. No. How dare she make a move on your father? Our composure was not high enough, and we failed. What do we want to do to Siren? Shame her with silent scorn? Insult her with false flattery? Trip her as she passes? Let's do some false flattery. Here we go. Good afternoon, Countess. My, what large breasts you have! Putting them on display for any particular reason? Wow. Elodie, really, my dear, it's not polite to comment on a lady's attributes like that. Siren, come on. But you are young. You will grow. Oh, perhaps we'll be seeing more of each other in the future. Man, holy crap. Siren is such a bitch. What a burn. We're reeling from that burn. If we had any skills in herbal medicine, we could probably affix some sort of bandage on our burns and cool them down. But no, we have no skills in that, so we're just going to have to suffer those burns and there's nothing we can do about it. God damn it. The crystal? Of course. Everything is ready for you. Oh boy. Right. Here we go. Did you really have to kill the guards? If you regret their sacrifice, then do not let it go to waste. Alright, fine. Give me the crystal. It's too late to turn back now. I have to do the best I can for my people. Give me the crystal. What do I do? Pick up the crystal with your bare hands. Press it against your chest, over your heart, and say, Illuminate! This is going to be great. Okay, here we go. Illuminate! Wow! Oh my good, I'm beautiful! I am so beautiful! Oh, you feel dizzy and both larger and lighter than you were before. It's okay, but nothing special. Instrument and voice were successful. It's okay, but nothing special. That might mean she has other talents. Test her for secret skills. Let's do this. Let's see if she has some secret skills. You're familiar with the traditions of many locations, yes? Can you also perform accents? I'm that I can. What about juggling? I can keep a set of dangers in the air. Oh, I think that might have meant to be daggers. Nice. We're not feeling so angry. Let's check out our new outfit. Magical girl. Busumen. Oh, fantastic. Here we go. This is the one. We're going to turn up the court and everybody's going to think that I'm some sort of goddamn wizard and it's going to be fantastic. Holy shit. Week 26 has turned out to be one of the best. One of the goddamn best. Let us go for wield magic and resist magic then. We're going full hog. Wield magic and resist magic. We're going to be super lumens. It's going to be great. She says she's bored and lonely and she's looking forward to seeing me at Gwinnell's birthday party. There we go. That's right. Gwinnell is about to turn 15. She'll be a Duchess of Sudbury for real now. Wow. This other letter must be my invitation to her birthday celebration next week. Gwinnell and I were friends at school, and this will be a big event, but it's also a long way to travel, okay? A lot of things can happen on the road, worth noting. However, we have nothing better to do. We're injured. We're like pretty much super wizards now anyway, and going to a party will probably be a ton of fucking fun. So, we're going to go to Sudbury for Gwinnell's party. Here we go. We're feeling cheerful already. Look at how happy Elodie is. It'll be good to see my friends. Great. On your journey to Sudbury, your carriage is attacked by bandits. Uh-oh. Oh, archery and reflexes have failed, and we're feeling pretty afraid. You look down in shock at the arrow which has buried itself in your side. No! We've been shot with an arrow. It's happened. After all this time of joking around about being shot by an arrow or a crossbow bolt, it has actually happened and we've been shot. Outside, you can hear screams and curses, but it feels unreal. Your world is centered around pain. Battlefield medicine, of course, we have no skills in. That's failed. You struggle with the arrow, afraid to pull it loose. You heard a story somewhere about pushing arrows through the body, so you brace yourself and give it a shove. What? Do not. Unfortunately, this only drives the arrow deeper into your vital organs, turning a painful wound into a fatal one. Oh, man. Well, there you go. We're fucking dead. We've been shot by an arrow whilst on the road to a fabulous birthday party. Gwinnell is going to be wondering where the hell we are, only to find out weeks later by carrier pigeon that we're dead. And somebody has embroidered some sort of like plate or something with a picture of us getting shot by an arrow. Jesus Christ. Well, there we go. The spotlight is off. We're dead. We've died. I have died. I have not become the queen. I survived quite long, actually. My God, I can't believe it. But it all ended on a fateful road trip to a birthday party. Elodie did not survive to reach her coronation. Nova would have to go on without her. There's my grave underneath a cherry tree on a hill with a rose. They buried me in my wizard outfit, as was fitting because I had become quite the wizard. However, I would never be able to realize my wizard powers because I was shot by a bow and arrow in my carriage on my way to a birthday party. What a sad tale. And that's it. Long live the queen. Wow, I did not mean to actually play it from start to finish in one go. But there you go. It is actually a great game. Despite all like the anime and the weird sort of graphics and stuff like that, underneath is a very fun game. Very interesting, very fun, quite challenging as well. You do actually have to make decisions. You do have to skill up in certain areas to get past some of these skill checks and stuff in order to make it through to week 40, to your coronation. Lots of political intrigue along the way. Lots of really fantastic outfits for your 14-year-old anime girl to wear as well. But it doesn't have to end this way. Make different choices, train different skills, and Elodie's star may rise again. There you go. It's saying to you, do better next time. Restart, try again, and do better. And I intend to do so. I can thoroughly recommend this game. It cost me £6 on Steam. I don't know what the equivalent is for you in whatever currency you're currently operating under on Steam, but it's fairly cheap for what it is. It's probably not going to be the most replayable game. I'd imagine that you'll play through it a couple of times and finish it, but for what it costs, I think it's definitely worth it. I think it's great, and I was actually very surprised to have been recommended this game and pick it up and have as much fun with it as I've had. So there you go. If you're interested in this sort of thing, if you like this kind of slow pace to a game where you can sit around and think about actions and consequences and all that kind of stuff, go for it. Totally worth it. Great. Well, as usual, thanks very much for watching. Sorry I had a little bit of a cold and that I sound a little bit sort of croaky and nasally and stuff. Unfortunately, it happens. You do acquire the clap from time to time, and I am no exception. I have suffered with this clap, but I'm getting over it. I'm feeling a bit better, and hopefully more of the videos that I'm planning on recording this week will sound less croaky, but we'll have to see. So, as usual, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.